All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Kaguya-sama, Love is War, Season 2, Episode 5. Oh man, every episode I'm just blown away by how good the show is. Like, the fact that it's this good is unfair. Like,
it's absolutely unfair.
Oh, man.
This show is just killing it, knocking it out of the park.
Yep.
It's a match made in heaven.
That's right.
With every respect to its individual parts.
Oh yeah, each episode is basically just setting a new standard and blowing away my previous standards for
Kaguya.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. In the last episode, we got some new characters.
Yes.
We got some really ridiculous setup comedy skits. We had Hayasaka having just a time with Shirogane. That was wonderful. We also had a confession scene, which was legendary.
It was hilarious and also very sweet.
Yes,
the way that went down.
It was, for sure.
Yep.
We also had Chika being thrust into the middle of many situations where she was both ill-equipped and then also the perfect person for those specific instances. But in the end, she could not betray her friends after all.
That damn flyer was just so terrible. Yeah.
She herself had like a little bit of like a precognitive conniption. She like tapped into the powers of Epitaph and was like, no.
She's like, I'm not putting my name on something like this.
Nope.
No way.
Nope.
Yeah.
So the election probably continues.
Probably.
But they're probably going to win.
I think so.
So, yeah. Y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, and then come back here for the discussion. All right.
Wow.
This is genius. This is so good. I want her to win. I want Ino to win. I want Chika as the vice president. Let hell itself
that would
be unleashed.
Terrifying. That would be so terrifying.
Let this become basically the underground movement where Miyuki and Kaguya will have to
a secret love affair.
But they can't admit that they're doing it to each other or anyone else, or they'll be caught.
And you know, Chika would totally help them sneak around too.
Oh, Chika would be the perfect double agent because she'd be stupidly blundering things every once in a while, but then she'd also pull out the most genius maneuvers at points. Well, in the same way that like Ishigami did earlier. Ishigami out. That is like one of my favorite moments in this whole dang series. Just the way he's just like, yeah, I know what's up. And Ishigami out.
Oh man,
yes, so good.
With Chika though,
oh my god,
I think she would definitely oppose the whole idea of the half a meter distance and no relationships and all that stuff at school,
right?
Because she is so led with her emotions that just no way. But okay, we got another training montage as well.
Yes, we definitely got, I would say, a retake of sorts on a couple specific types of skits. We had basically the training montage skit, which was definitely very like reminiscent of the volleyball one from the previous season. But we also got in a form, I would say, of like not really the French one, but kind of like the French one, where instead of it being an insult thing, it was more of a let me do battle verbally. Right. But instead of Kaguya winning, Kaguya gets absolutely destroyed.
Oh man.
Just annihilated. The fact that Ino was able to maneuver things in such a way and then also maintain her resolute nature, stand proud
and retaliate,
and then retaliate with such strength.
That was and I love I love that the thing that gets Kaguya is the you and the president are made for each other, and she's like,
you really think so?
Really? You should just get married and stuff. And
she's like, don't just say things like that, you know?
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's so funny how the weaknesses of Miyuki and Kaguya are just right on their sleeves. And yet, and yet, because of the way that they attack each other in the whole aspect of their not relationship, they never really exploit those specific weaknesses, or at least they did at some point, but they don't really do that anymore.
And also, to them, they're not weaknesses. Like the whole thing of Shirogane showing up, and because he's actually getting another 3 hours where he can actually sleep and things like that, he suddenly is like bright-eyed and everything, and you know, and everybody's like, oh yeah, Shiragane's cool, right?
Right.
Whereas Kaguya's like, I really liked that sort of
intimidating,
slightly exhausted look in your eyes where you really worked hard. I liked that. I don't see that as much anymore. And that's something I was almost expecting her to bring up when she said that the president wouldn't have to be swarmed with all his duties anymore and stuff, because he will always be the president to her, And that's so true. If he wasn't the president, how would that work? Like, even if they still got the excuse to hang out because of the student council room,
he would just fill his time with something else, though.
Hopefully, her.
Yeah. I would say the Chica stuff was kind of a fun little twist on the whole thing by having her be the one that is going through this like emotional just character journey with this. But the amount of ranting she did at Miyuki was just so fun.
Yeah.
So fun.
I think my favorite part about that whole skit, though, was the fact that the paintings themselves were looking on in disgust.
Yeah, it was Beethoven and
I think Mozart.
I want
or Bach,
to
maybe?
say... Yeah, I want to say it would have been Mozart. Yeah.
But,
I believe so.
I gotta say, though, Shiragane's plight with singing, I totally get. Because I can't sing either. Like, like I enjoy it, for sure. I enjoy music. But, like, when people have tried to communicate to me the whole idea of, like, the, like, musical notes and scales and things like that, I'm like...
Right. Yeah, for me it's kind of the same thing, but I'll be like 2 or 3 off. I won't be like completely off, but I'll never be able to hit it exactly. I'll be like coming close, and then I can't hold a consistent bit if I ever find it. I'm like, ooh, that's it, and then I'll but it's not like
or like the people that would just like listen to a song and be like, this is an 8/8, or something like that, and it's like, wait,
yeah, you just spoke words. I don't understand what that means.
Okay, how did you find that out?
Right. Nagisa and Kaguya, that was a wonderful exchange as well. Just, just the whole thing of true love being something that when you get older, you don't really say as much because it's kind of an innocent way of looking at things.
Right.
And then everyone one by one kind of comes in and gives their advice.
Their hot take, yeah.
Yeah. Ishigami's, though, was so good. And he's like, in today's society, this feeling each and every one of us holds deep within our hearts. Why can we not see that true love was here the whole time? And I love that in the background, Nagisa's just like, what, my brain now like hurts? It's itchy? What is going on? No, that's creepy. What? No. And of course it's from the one who's probably like Ishigami, like never been in a relationship or anything like that. So
definitely.
It's like, dude, no.
Right. So he tries to like give some wise words, and then
but it's all
Ishigami
bullshit,
out.
Basically,
Right. Well, it basically just doesn't say anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And then,
but I love how he delivered it. It's so good.
But then I think my personal favorite though, and maybe is Chica.
Chica, yeah.
Because what's true love, and she gives something that's really good. Hey, it's seeing beyond the surface stuff. The idea that like really, really accepting who the person is, right?
Right.
But because of how she phrases it, and because of the very specific question that Kaguya is struggling with here, it completely destroys Kaguya, right? And it's like, all right, yeah, there you go. That's why you don't do all these pretenses and stuff, because then miscommunication, and there you go, right?
Yeah.
But oh man,
I also love that this is something where if you are crushing on someone or what have you, and you're like, is it real? No. If you haven't initiated any form of relationship beyond the crush, and it doesn't matter what your motives are or anything. Chica's right, it's just a crush, but because of Kaguya's situation where she hasn't even like confessed or had any like even him asking her anything with regards to this, there's no relationship of romance or love or anything there yet. So it doesn't matter about any of this yet. So Kaguya's overthinking it just leads to such wonderful ridiculousness.
Also, Kaguya, your relationship with Shirogane, it's special. It's unique.
Oh, yeah.
Your level of stubbornness and baka on both sides of this coin is so extreme that you really can't expect anyone to understand, because really they just look at you and say, what the hell are you doing, right? They can understand it maybe theoretically, but not on a deep level, probably. So you're kind of doomed to fail when you ask for advice, because the advice will probably be, don't do what you're doing. So...
Hey, I mean,
yeah.
How are we going to keep having more seasons, Jacob, or more, of this wonderful show if she's asking, advice that she doesn't want to hear? I mean,
that's true. Although I will say, they did point out some good progress on Kaguya's side.
Ooh, like what?
She did mention true love. That is admitting to herself that is what she thinks it might be. And that's what she hopes it is.
True.
Right?
That is true.
So that's at least a step in the right direction.
I love that we got basically the...
Zombie Shirogane.
Yeah, but not only that, Hayasaka being like, oh my god, my master has developed a very weird fetish. Just... like, oh my, you're exhausted. I can't contain myself. My knees are weak. I'm trembling.
Oh boy.
And then she takes him over and she's like, you must rest now. Mm-hmm. But she's got the horror eyes looking at him.
Yeah.
And you can't even tell that he's if he's actually perceiving this. But the fact that Hayasaka is always shadowing Kaguya, it's wonderful. Also, I gotta say, there was an animation, just wondrous thing that happened with Chika doing the directing, the conducting, sorry.
Yeah.
She looks kind of tired. Her eyes, she's doing this little thing there, and her mouth has got this little
bit of frustration.
There. But then the other eye kind of going like that. It almost feels like she's trying not to yawn.
Sure. Yeah.
And then you can tell she's getting more and more frustrated, but you don't see why. And then when she discovers who it is, just the slightest bit, just
right.
And then the
the marionette puppet with the
Yeah. That's the perfect way to show it. That's so good. Because to her, he might as well be basically a marionette puppet.
Yep. I love the whole thing of her being sort of just almost falling asleep with the conducting thing is great, because it goes to reinforce that as awful as Chika is, she's also really talented and really competent in the very specific areas that she is capable, right? Yeah, not only did she teach Shirogane volleyball and how to do all that stuff, but she's also really good with music, and not just for her own performance. She conducts the whole school in the national anthem casually. Well, I think
it's the school anthem, but
right. School anthem. And then even when she starts crying, she's still doing it with the one hand, and doing it effectively. They only really started to get confused once she dropped and started bawling. Before that, it was just yep, she's doing her thing. I'm not quite sure what this is, but whatever,
I love also how, she's been praised in the previous episode for being a piano prodigy and stuff. So there's this aspect of where she feels she's I've got, a lot of things going for me. But then when she sees these, people that are, have so many other things going for them, but they're hopeless in a certain area. She's okay, fine, I can help, but you're just a little tone deaf, right?
Little, right?
Yeah. And then she takes him out to, the woods or something like that to do this, and he's screaming like a hellish, screech,
howling of terror.
And to her, this is something where she can't handle it.
Yep.
But once he shows that, oh, no, I couldn't ever.
That was
handle
actually
this.
really sweet.
But then she's like, "Oh, it's okay. Mama Chica is here.
Yeah, right.
My young child. I will raise you, my boy."
Yeah, because I did raise you before, and I'll do it again.
Yeah. Leave it to your mom. I love every aspect of these skits. The volleyball one and this one's just perfect. And then just slowly breaking down into tears.
They grow up so fast.
Yeah. The Voice of Japan skit little transition card, I didn't fully understand. It's like, Voice of Japan, I want you. I can't do anymore. I'm not doing this ever again.
I think that was...
To be continued.
I think that was basically something of like, you know, you're so good at this now. We want you to go and like help someone else to, you know, like this is amazing. And she's like, nope, I'm never doing this ever again. And then the narrator says to be continued, and she's like, wait, what? No.
Oh, so she misinterprets to be continued as we want more of this.
Well,
she's like, what?
No, that there's going to be more of this. Like I feel like I think that might have been like a fourth wall breaking thing where Chica's like, hold on, your narrator, you're saying I'm gonna have to go through this again.
Not necessarily the singing one, but helping Miyuki with other stuff. That's smart. Okay, that's clever. All right, I get it. That's funny. Then the last skit had a lot of writing things on the wall that I wanted to check out here, which is like, you know, campaign pledges are just for show. I wanted to see what the actual like things that were written down were.
Okay.
So here we go. Together with the students, our doors are always open to all. Feel free to consult us about anything, anytime. We plan to have an administration that's close to the students and filled with kindness toward a fun academy life. At our student council, we respect the students' autonomy and support an independent and free academy life. We believe that freedom is achieved not by being bound by rules, but instead by giving each individual the opportunity to nurture their own respective abilities. Wow.
This is good stuff.
But it's also very like, you know, political, feel good kind of statements. Yep. Reforms that are only possible through a second term. That's big brain right there. If we were to be re-elected, we would be accomplishing the brilliant feat of consecutive elections, something that hasn't been achieved in 10 years, utilizing the experience we gained over... Wait, hold on. Let's go back, because we almost didn't get that extra line there, because I think that's where it devolves into being just nonsense, you know? Also, there's this little bit with the...
Yeah, with I guess, the other person that was running for student
Kaguya
council.
did basically
did the same thing.
And it worked really well.
Really, really well. And now it's the, candidate withdrawal.
Focuses on his studies instead. Wow. And Kaguya's like, I did so well.
That's great.
Oh my gosh.
Shushin Academy students will...
No. I know.
We will bring fundamental reform.
Right. Utilizing the experience of game opportunities, we hereby declare and promise to all Shushin Academy students that we will bring fundamental reforms.
Not saying anything specific.
It says nothing, really.
Yeah.
That. I just had to raise up and put it together.
And it's like, yep, politician's daughter indeed.
Also, you see in the polls that she's got... Hongo or whatever his name was got completely obliterated.
Oh yeah.
However, there's a question mark put over this area here, and I can't tell who's...
Shirogana Miyuki is at 58%.
Right.
Inomiko 30%. Yeah.
Oh, who will Hongo's 12% go to is the question. Okay.
Yeah, that's true, because that would put it up to 42 and 58.
That's pretty close.
Brings it a lot closer.
Yeah. All right, and she looks for dirt, but then
there is none.
You thought your faux Sith antics, your attempts, but you.
When will Kaguya realize?
It's over, Kaguya. She had the moral high ground.
Right. She does much better when she's not trying to be scary and intimidate people. Like when because that's still, and maybe this is reading way too much into it, right? But that's something where she's holding to the ideals that were impressed upon her by her family rather than being who she is in her most natural environment.
Right.
Which is not usually that, right? There's this other side of her that she usually doesn't really accept, you know? And maybe if she did, then she would be much happier, and also maybe even be more effective with convincing, maybe not the other person.
Yeah, that's true.
But maybe with her, with
her.
Miko, to, for the election to go better.
Yeah, exactly. I love how she's so easily swayed also by Ino, or Ino, or however you say it, but then she imagines all these, like, just basic activities that would be for helping the school, and she was just doing it with Miyuki. It's like, but you must remain a meter apart. Just, how cruel. But I mean, we would be able to spend time together. And I think we are actually going to have a switch up in things regarding the student council, and I really want it.
I love the idea of seeing what kind of hell Chika would bring about to the school if she was the vice president. Like, that sounds quite entertaining.
I am here for it too. Yes. Please let the pink goddess go.
Oh my God.
Go free and let her chaos magic run wild. Break all the limiters and just go unlimited Chika works, just completely. So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general. You can also talk with Jacob about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
That's right. I wrote a sci-fi novel called Battle Lines. It's super awesome, and it's on Amazon for purchase. Link in the description down below.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.